So here in Tbilisi, there's constant water supply and there's constant power supply, right? To them off. Now for a Nigerian, this is not soon. It's not like a new thing per se, right? That tap has stopped running, something like that. But that's what it is. But we don't want him to touch this dog. Hello guys, good morning. Today is the 19th of May 2023. Okay, my name is Amara, and last time I did this video I was sharing an update of the way my plants were going. So I transplanted the onions I had, and I want to show you how it turned out. There's some good news and there's some not so good news. So I'm going to be showing them now and see how they are. So first up is, I'm going to start with the good news, the ones that are making me happy, right? And this is my strawberry plants. You'll see that this very one is shooting out very well. This one that started shooting out at first, I don't know why, it's growing at a gradual process compared to this one. So I'm thinking, I don't know if maybe the plants do not need direct sunlight. Maybe I think that's what I think about these strawberries, because I realized that the ones that were on this side that gets plenty sunlight, because the sun rises from this direction, so these ones happen. Disclaimer guys, I'm totally a newbie on all these things. This whole container gardening is just something I started after watching some videos on YouTube, and I'm trying to plant some things. And these seeds, I did not get them from a store or something. They are just seeds I got from my kitchen, right? So just whatever I hear in here, just know that everything here is an experiment. If you've seen the initial video I showed about starting the seeds and all that, you just see that I am just trying out this whole thing. So enjoy the video and just look at what's the progress so far on how my plants have gone. Been like on a stunted growth. So I think it's been like this since I planted the onions. I planted it at the same point and it just stopped this way. So I don't know if it's going to make it. So that's what I have on this pot. Then the tomato that was here, when I was uprooting that onions, it affected it, so it did not make it. So I don't know if the thing that affected this very one, maybe what affected it was the fact that some of the roots were damaged when I was uprooting it. I don't know if that was one of the things that affected it, but this is it. Then next pot, these are my tomato seedlings, guys. I don't know if this is normal, but they've just been purple all this while. So I'm wondering, is this normal, or is it just like the variety of this tomato? I can't even tell. I'm a newbie on this, so I can't even tell what type of tomato I planted. It's just the tomato I bought at the store, and I was cooking and took out the seeds, right, to plant this one. So I can't even tell. Oh, I've watched some videos. Some people will be like indeterminate tomatoes, determinate tomatoes. Guys, I don't know what these ones are. This is the second pot. See, remember, if you're looking at, if you're watching this video and you don't know what these brown things are, these brown things are onions, my onion, the back onion skins, right? The outer part of my onions, like onion skins. So I just wanted something that could protect the soil a bit, because I realized that planting in plastic containers like this, when it's very hot, the moisture in the soil evaporates very fast. So I just wanted something that would reduce that rate of evaporation. That's why I put them there. I don't know all these things. I'm just trying out new things. Everything is new for me, so that's why I have them here. The next one, red pepper, chili, those green chili pepper, and green bell peppers. Yes, so 3 types of peppers. So now I can't even tell. I really can't tell the ones that are red bell pepper, green bell pepper, and then the green chili pepper. So I heard that bell peppers are just from the same type, meaning that they all start with the green color, then whatever colors they turn out to be depends on when you harvest them. So if you harvest them when they are green, they become green bell peppers. If you leave them for a little while, they turn red, and I think yellow is the last color they will turn to. Yeah, so it just depends on when they're harvested that determine the color that they eventually are. So that's what I saw somewhere. A seed survived. If you look closely, you see that there are some leaves that never, there are some seeds that did not germinate. I realized that they needed more water. You need to water them. They need plenty of water to germinate. That's what I learned about them. And these ones, I'm still trying to get them to germinate. These are, I planted like 4 seeds of pepper here, so I think I have something shooting out here. This one here and this other one here. Is that it? Okay, there's nothing on that side again. There was something shooting out at some point. Okay, here there's something shooting out here, there's this other one shooting out here. So that's for my new pepper. This other one was my daughter's project, so we planted a tomato slice with some seeds, but it never germinated. So I'll soon throw this away. It's already rock hard, very, very dry. I'll throw it away soon, because I realized later that it needed more. When you're trying to germinate seeds, then tomato and peppers, they need moisture and they need warmth. So I left that one, I left it out a long time. I left it out a very long time to the cold, especially in the night, and there was no warmth, extra warmth. So I think the seeds did not make it. So for these other ones here, the onions. So we're just watching and just hoping that these ones will mature. These ones are the ones that I grew out. The full onion bulbs I sprouted in water. The ones I sprouted in water. And I said at some point that I cut them and let them to grow out again before I transplanted them. So we are believing that these ones will mature to full onions. That's what I'm believing. Then these ones, I don't know if they'll make it. These ones that I uprooted that I split, they were together. All these onions, these ones now, they were together, including these ones. They were together. They had one root. So I was like, okay, I need to split them apart and transplant them so that they can mature to full onion bulb over the weeks or months. But I don't know, they're like real too. So what I learned is that for now, what I can tell is that the ones sprouting full onions in water and then transplanting them, when they start forming individual bulbs like this, transplanting them, maybe they'll get to survive, right? But for the ones that I started sprouting from a bottom half of an onions, I should have left them to mature more, right, before I now split them. So the other ones I have that is still sprouting, the bottom half of an onions that I started sprouting in water, I'm going to, when I transplant it into the soil, I'm going to leave it for a longer time. I'm going to leave it. I might not leave it like that and allow them to grow onions that way. But if I'm ever going to transplant them again, then it means I'll need to allow them to mature very well. And when I want to transplant them, I will turn the container. I will empty everything in that container so that I can really break out the soil carefully so that there won't be any damage to the roots. Rather, I'll break out the roots carefully without cutting off any roots. I think that's what I'll do. So guys, that's my updates for today. I'll see you guys in the next updates. Okay, today is the 21st of May 2023, so I came to give a little bit of updates. And okay, so I said to show you what's happening. So as you can see, the onions are not doing good, they're not making it. So I learned my lesson. I should have just left them the way they were instead of splitting them apart, or I should have emptied the whole bucket, the whole container, and then separated the roots from the soil, because I realized that I damaged the soil system, the root system, when I was trying to uproot the bunch of the whole bunch of onion, whatever. So this is what this looks like. So I don't think this is I'm thinking this is pepper. Initially I thought this is tomato, but I think it's pepper. So, and I also think pepper is shooting out from me. I don't know how the seed got in there, but there's pepper shooting out of there too. So I was chopping, I'm about to make salad. This is like a little bulb of cabbage that I just saw. So I just put it there and let's just see if something comes out of it. And these are my strawberries giving me joy. So what I'm going to do later on, I'll need to empty the whole container and separate them and put them in one. Each plant should have its own container. That's what I think would be best. I'll put them in this size of containers because from videos I've seen, strawberry don't even need like a large pot to grow or something. So that's that. These are my tomatoes. They're still looking the same length. The only difference I see in them is just fattening of the stems. I don't know. And purple leaves, I still don't understand, but it is what it is. Then these peppers are giving me joy because I can see like a difference in them. They're giving me joy. I can see that they are growing. When they get to this length, when they get to this height, I would have to empty the whole container and then transplant them into individual containers. They're permanent individual containers. I can see this one is like fast. So, and then these peppers I planted here in this pot, I can see that there are two shoots now. This one, and I think something wants to happen here. So that's the progress report on this one. I'm yet to throw it away, but I'm going to throw it soon. Yep. So I put them in this because I realized that when you want to grow your tomato seeds or your pepper seeds, you need a higher temperature to get them out. Then these are my my onions. These ones, I'm just watching and seeing if they would increase in size or they'll just stay there. I don't know. But it's going to take like a whole month to see if there'll be a difference or so. And these are my other onions are shrinking. So the other ones, I've learned my lesson. Once I transplant my other onions that are sprouting in the jar there and my kitchen window, I want to transplant them, I won't split them apart. I'll just leave them there, and that's they'll just grow as a bunch because I don't want to lose another plant. Just imagine, it's not fun watching your plants die. It's not fun at all. So that's that. So, and then there's another update I want to give. Now you may be wondering why I have so many plastics here. You're wondering why do I have plastic everywhere. Now the thing is that, see, I have some cans here in this corridor or balcony. So here in Tblisi, there's constant water supply and there's constant power supply, right? Okay, but the thing now is that, and in fact the tap water is drinkable according to the locals. They said it's drinkable, but what we realize is that there are times where they get to do maintenance services. Now let's talk about the water. Okay, so there are some days where you just notice that the water stops running, and it's very rare, like once in maybe 3 months or once in, especially I noticed that at the turn of a new season, or maybe towards the end of a season, maybe towards the end of summer, towards the end of winter, or in the midst of summer. So those are the times I will notice that they're usually maintenance. And so they put off the water. Maybe it could last for some minutes or some hours. And there was a time last summer it lasted for 2 days. There was no running water because of those maintenance things. So the thing now is that they actually give updates. They give you information on their website and some other channels, and it gets people ready. Like, people already know, okay, there's not going to be water this weekend or so, this particular day, and then they prep up. But not everybody follows those websites or have those follow, like maybe a WhatsApp group of your locality where you stay or where you are residents. Not everybody is in a WhatsApp group, not everybody is in a Telegram channel or follows the website per se, because most times information is given in Georgian language. That's for the news channels, and the websites you can easily translate them to Georgia, but not everybody follows it, so it catches most people off guard, especially if you are new in the whole system. So for us, so even though the water is drinkable in the tap, we still buy this bottled water, because there are sometimes when they want to do those maintenance services and the water starts running again, you notice that the water is brown. Sometimes, not all cases, but the water is brown, so you can't even drink the water, you can't boil it. So we just realized that okay, we need to be buying bottled water, so we are never caught off guard. So the empty water cans, we don't throw most of them away, we fill them up and keep them. So whenever we just notice that water has stopped running, because we do not follow their news channels, right? So whenever there's no water, we use the water in this water can. So the ones here, these ones here are the ones I mostly use for the bathroom and toilets. That's why I can leave them out here, right? But the ones I get to use in the kitchen and maybe cook or do the dishes, I put them under the cabinet space under the sink, right? So I have some of this plastic filled with water there. So whenever things like this happen, we start using them. And once the water starts running, we will fill them up. Now for a Nigerian, this is not soon. It's not like a new thing per se, right? That tap has stopped running, something like that. But that's what it is. For the lights, it's rarely, these two cases, they rarely happen. But it's just good to be ready, so it doesn't catch your guard, because it can be so annoying. And for the light, electricity, once I can count the number of times light has gone on. Maybe we're almost here. This August is going to make it like 2 years here in Tblisi. So I would say like a total of 5 times, maybe, if I'm to give an average, that the light has gone off, right? So, and the longest it has gone off was like 6 hours. For one particular winter, the light went off for like 6 hours. And if we are following the update, or we heard it on news or like a channel, we would have prepared, it won't catch us off that, right? But unfortunately we do not follow those things. So these are the things that we've just come to realize here in Tbilisi, Georgia. So I'll see you guys later. Hello. Hello. So windy.
Yeah, so windy today. Georgia.
Other friend, can you say hi? Hi. Let's go.
But you come here. Bye-bye.
So today is the 31st of May, the last day in May. So May 31st, 2023. We are going out to shop, and it's good to be outside. We've been indoors for the most part of the day. So we are finally out. And it's good. It's so windy now.
Hello, Mama.
The time is currently 7 p.m. So it's still bright. It looks as if it's going to rain, but we don't know yet if it's going to rain. But usually when it's summer, it gets dark around 8:30. So it's so good to be back. Tblisi dogs, guys. We are featuring. No, don't touch him. Hi, Kachuku. Why the attention? Bye. Kachuku likes dogs, but we don't want him to touch this dog. So usually these dogs. Oh, see this dog. Yeah. So usually the dogs, there are some dogs that you see with some tags, yellow tags on their ears. So you know that those ones have been vaccinated or something. So they are probably not carrying any disease or something like that. But you see these ones without those tags, just avoid them, because you never know if they have some disease of some sorts. So guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. I just thought to report on video today. See, these flowers are blooming. See? So good.